some of the smartest people still make terrible financial decisions, and not small ones, mistakes that cost them years of progress. So, what's really going on? In this video, you'll understand why intelligence doesn't guarantee good money decisions, and why so many smart people stay financially stuck. If you watch until the end, you'll see how to avoid falling into the same traps. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. The problem isn't what you know, it's how you think when money is involved. Principle number 1, intelligence is not emotional control. Being smart doesn't mean you have emotional control. And money is emotional. You buy on impulse. You spend when you're stressed. You make decisions out of fear. Now think about this. Have you ever bought something and regretted it later? That wasn't a lack of intelligence. That was a lack of control. Housel puts it clearly. Financial success isn't about what you know. It's about how you behave. Someone can understand complex math and still lose money because of one impulsive decision. Principle number 2, overconfidence. Smart people tend to trust themselves a lot, and that can be dangerous because they assume they're right. Imagine this. Someone carefully analyzes a financial decision. They research. They think it through. And still, they get it wrong. Why? Because overconfidence makes you ignore risk. Warren Buffett has said it many times. The biggest enemy of an investor isn't the market. It's their own behavior. So ask yourself, do you trust your decisions without really questioning them? Principle number 3. Overcomplicating what should be simple, smart people often make things more complicated than they need to be. They look for complex strategies, sophisticated systems, advanced techniques, but money doesn't always work that way. Sometimes simple wins. Spend less than you earn, save consistently, avoid unnecessary debt. It sounds basic, but it works. Housel explains that simple is hard because it feels too obvious, so people ignore it. Let me ask you directly, are you chasing complexity when the answer is actually simple? Principle number 4, justifying bad decisions. Here's something interesting. Smart people are very good at justifying their mistakes. They can rationalize almost anything. I needed it. I deserve it. It's not that bad. But justification doesn't change reality. It just hides it. Think about someone who spends more than they earn. They know it's a problem, but they always have an excuse ready. That's the issue. It's not ignorance. It's self-deception. So think about this. How many financial decisions have you justified even when you knew they weren't right? Principle number 5, short-term thinking. Smart people often focus too much on immediate results. They want to optimize everything, fast, efficient. But money doesn't work like that. It requires time, patience, consistency. Warren Buffett built his wealth over decades, not weeks, not months. Here's a simple comparison. If you plant a seed today, you won't get fruit tomorrow. But that's exactly how many people expect money to work. Fast results. And that mindset leads to bad decisions. Principle number 6, lack of financial humility. Sometimes smart people believe they can't be wrong, and that makes them vulnerable because they stop learning. They stop listening. They stop questioning themselves. Housel talks about something critical: financial humility, accepting that you don't know everything, that you can make mistakes, that you need a margin for error. So ask yourself, are you willing to admit you might be wrong when it comes to money? Principle number 7, ignoring the basics. This is one of the biggest mistakes. Ignoring the fundamentals. Thinking the simple stuff doesn't matter. But the truth is the opposite. Wealth is built on habits, not moments. Spending wisely, saving consistently, thinking before you act. It doesn't look impressive, but repeated over time, it changes everything. So ask yourself, are you taking care of the basics or waiting for one big solution? Being smart is an advantage, but it's not enough because money doesn't reward intelligence alone. It rewards behavior, discipline, control, patience. At the end of the day, it's not about how much you know, it's about what you do with what you know. A lot of smart people are still financially stuck, not because they lack ability, but because of repeated decisions. The real difference isn't in your mind, it's in your habits, because your financial future isn't defined by how smart you are. It's defined by how consistent you are. And that is a decision you make every single day.